Hello, Taurus. How are you guys doing today? Getting set up here. So for those of you that are just coming on and are actually new to the channel, I am Patty, and I'm actually doing, just so that I will be doing timestamps so you don't have to listen to this all the time, but I'm going to forewarn you, I do a lot of new information in the very beginning. So if you miss something, like if I'm doing free readings or something like that, you may miss it. And I'm going to try to keep the front ends really short so you don't have to timestamp, but it's always nice to connect with people. And the new information today is welcome to my new channel. I had a channel last week and many months. And the thing is that I screwed up and I set it up wrong. So my daughter's helping me to get a permanent home here. And I thank you if you actually were on that channel and you came over or wondering what happened to it. I actually was going to keep it up until August 15th, but the Divine on Friday said, shut it down. And I was like, I ain't going to shut it down. That's a lot of work. No, shut it down. And I was like, I don't want to shut it down yet. Just give me till August 15th. Shut it down. So I had to have my daughter hit the buttons because it's a lot of work to do these YouTube channels. So thank you for coming. And please subscribe if you like my videos. I really, really would like that. The second new news is I'm doing my readings live. Now, a lot of people don't do them live. They pre-record them. If I am on vacation, I probably will. Or if I have to do another event or something, then I will do them live. I will do them pre-recorded. But they're going to be live for this reason, so that you can ask questions. So I will be taking questions, but I'm going to take them at the end. And I'll only take one or two. So it'll give people an opportunity to listen to the whole reading and not be interrupted. But then if somebody has a question, I will answer one or two. Now, the Divine, I have no idea how long they have these run. It's up to the Divine who he sends through on how they're going to be run. And so they could be a short reading. I usually see that he has them run about 20 to 30 minutes, but this last one is like 45. So, I mean, it all just depends on the messages that are coming through. So for those of you who don't know, intuitive means that there's actually an empath that actually has messages or sight or vibrations or sensitive to energies, and that's what I go by. That's your readings. So the cards are actually my guide and actually show me some other things. So this is Taurus for the week of August 3rd through the 9th. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to back this up just in case, because I'm going to get in the habit of showing you the spreads a little bit, because I don't do my spreads normally like everybody else, because these are intuition Divine. So, also down below, if you want a reading, I do readings one-on-one. I have a new website, and you can go there and tootle around there and see what's there. Or if you're looking for coaching in life balance, spirit, and health, there is Get Balanced 2020 down there, which is my business as well. Actually, it's a hobby that I do, but I love teaching and coaching. So yeah. So, and it's all free. All the videos are free. Free. I try to do as much as I can free. So there we go. So, all right, Taurus, August 3rd through the 9th. Whose birthday is August 3rd? I think that's my Japanese brother. I think it's August 3rd. I better look, because I hate missing birthdays. All right. Here we go. Taurus, what is the energy and the vibrations for the week of I can't get this straight. August 3rd through August 9th, please. What is the vibrations for August 3rd through August 9th? Ooh, come on, show me. I don't know about where you guys are, but I'm in Oregon in the United States, because I know some people watch from other deep freeze. I'm going to see if they have anything else to say about that deep freeze, and I'll tell you in a minute why. But it's 100 degrees here. I know Arizona and those places get really, really hot too, but Oregonians are not used to this 100-degree weather. And even with as much little air conditioning I have, my energies are a little bit low today. So it's not that they're bad low, it's just there's a heat. I don't like the heat. Not this much anyway. All right, so it looks like the deep freeze is your vibrations and energies for this week. So the deep freeze, it might look like, oh crap, here we go again. If you haven't seen this card already, so the deep freeze is actually a time of things just sort of standing still, sort of like they are with COVID and everything else. But it doesn't mean if you look at the lion, he still has color in him. He still is alive. He's just in a sleeping state. And so that sleeping state is basically a time of reflection, time to refuel, rejuvenate, rethink things, recheck things, make sure that you're on track, those kind of things. So it looks like this next week, you're going to supposed to maybe be thinking and chilling a little bit. Maybe you've been running your wheels too much and maybe just running yourself ragged, and maybe it's your body that's saying slow down. We have the High Priestess out of the chute. Very intuitive. Very intuitive. What's really funny about her, though, is she's not super spiritual, even though she carries a lot of spiritualism around her. But she does believe in it. Or put it this way. Let's put it this way. She's more of a follower and not a leader. Put it that way. That didn't come out right, did it? Told you this heat's getting to me. So she's spiritual, but she's a follower, not a leader. Because I knew somebody was out there saying, but it says the High Priestess. Yeah, she is the High Priestess. All right. So what else with this deep freeze? Okay, so we're going to actually be mindful about our intuition. Maybe there is something you're trying to decide on. Maybe there's something you're trying to move forward on, and you're trying to make a choice about something. That would be definitely start with your intuition. We've got the Two of Cups, which happens to be possibly with a partner, could be a coworker, could be a family friend. I don't think it's family, but could be a friend, could be a love interest, or could be, if you're already in a relationship, one of you two there. So there's something going on spiritually with you two. And it does have to involve another person. So that's why I'm saying you too. It could be you and a friend, or a friend and you. Because a lot of the times when these readings come, you really concentrate on yourself. Oh, okay, what does this mean for me? Sometimes we have to sort of look at the immediate circle we're in, because there's so much going on around us. We want to make sure that we're focusing in on the very few people that actually mean something to our lives and actually would have your back in any situation. That's the people I'm talking about. So it has to be one of those type of people. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Something new coming up. I hear a message coming up. I don't know what that is. But Page of Pentacles is something new. Something light, little immature, something sort of maybe it's coming up, but it's not ready yet. It's coming in fast, whatever it is. And if it has to do with this relationship here, somebody wants to do something super fast. Like, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and go for it. And you're like, not quite sure, because it's something new. It's not something that's already been there. It's something new that's being presented. But somebody there has that fire sign in them and fire energy in them that, because that's an Aries card, that actually just wants to go and do it and get it done. Now, it's nice if you have this other person there that is logical and thinks balance, because that's balance for this Aries person. Because a lot of the times, sometimes when we go in charging and do something on an impulse, then we regret it, or somebody gets hurt by it, or we don't think things through. Yeah. And that's what happens is, so right now this is all bonded, you know, this is all tied up, literally, is sort of a pun for words. But on the Eight of Swords, it's actually sort of like feeling the victim, feeling like, oh, woe is me kind of thing. So I'm thinking about this deep freeze, and the High Priestess card is actually maybe something to do with your inner self, your inner child. So let's see what the divine has more to say about that, because this is a little confusing at the moment for me. If you have something new coming or a message, but you're feeling more of like the victim, like, oh man, you know, why is it always me? Why does it always happen? That could be keeping you stuck in the deep freeze though, too. It's a victim mentality kind of thing. Pity party. Thank you. Yeah, so there is the Sun. There's a playful. So Page of Pentacles, something playful, something innocent, something joyous, something fun, something full of joy and laughter. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals here. A lot of mixed signals here. Something's coming in. Divine, help me out here. So somebody's feeling entrapped. Somebody's feeling like, okay, there's no way out. There is a way out. Just know that. Okay, you can't wait for that knight in shining armor, is what I heard. Don't wait for that knight in shining armor. And I was hearing a story of somebody yesterday or the day before yesterday, and actually they realized even as a child that the only person that's going to rescue them is them. And sometimes nobody will even notice you're gone kind of thing. And so they had to get in their mind, even as a 3-year-old, that they would have to rescue themselves out of the water. And they did. And that was from their intuition. A 3-year-old, get that. And he's actually a Navy SEAL. He's, well, retired now, Navy SEAL, but it was a very interesting story how all that came to play. You know, he could have probably let himself go and drowned and nobody would have even known, and they would try to find him, or he could actually pull from that intuition and figure it out what he needed to do. Because we can't rescue ourselves. I mean, we're the only ones who's going to rescue us. So the divine, I don't know who that's for, because the divine just say this. And it's interesting that these two cards came up side by side. Because look at the way that the knight is running. The knight is running away from. So the other thing, too, is if you're in a deep freeze and you've been in a relationship and you're going through troubled waters, maybe now's the time to ask yourself, is it my thought process that could be keeping us here? Because if it's a woe is me, pity is me, a depressing kind of thought process, that can bring all the energies down in a relationship and make somebody want to run the other way. Again, you know, you don't have to listen to me, but there's a lot of coaching out there. And Get Balanced 2020 has, I think, 100 videos, 70 videos or something like that. And you can just listen to the ones that resonate to you and get through those hard times. That's what coaches are for, to help you get through any hard times. So if that's this case, then we have to change our mentality to a more positive mentality and work on ourselves. That's what the deep freeze is all about, working on yourself as well. Deep freeze is either a thought process, working on ourselves, trying to get down to the nitty-gritty, trying to figure things out. All right. Is there anything with this deck? Justice. So balance, justice, could be it could be something to do with paper, could be something to do with legal, it could be somebody got in trouble, somebody you know, maybe got put in jail for a short time or a long time. Could be a divorce, could be going in with a house situation, roommates buying a house together before they're married. Now they're leaving and all that kind of stuff, and now they got to sell the house. And I mean, this justice could be anything. It could be as little as, you know, changing your name with a Social Security after getting married. That would be up to you. That would be sort of what is it in your current situation right now that you would have to be thinking about anything with legal or paperwork. Maybe it's even school. Maybe you're going back to school. You got to fill out all your loan papers and all that kind of stuff. Could be just simple like that. But the deep freeze is a time of processing and getting things done and taken care of. And that's also taking care of yourself. All right. So, Divine, can I please get clarifying on, actually, I would really like to get clarifying on the Page of Pentacles. Is this message, what kind of message would this be that you're actually sending the Tauruses for the 3rd through the 9th, please? Or if you need to clarify anything else, please bring that forward. I'd appreciate that. Ooh, I am sweating, so if you got a close-up of me, I'm sorry. Ooh, I am sweating. So this is a good time now, too, if you haven't subscribed, to please subscribe. Or if you have any questions that are sitting on your heart, to go ahead and actually start thinking about putting those up. If you're watching in hiding, I have a lot of people watching, but they're not doing any likes, they're not doing any shares, any subscribes, and they watch all the way to the end. So the only way us people with channels can grow is if you actually subscribe or you share. Most of the time, subscribe. Sharing helps bring subscriptions, but yeah, so hopefully in my old age, I'll be able to keep doing this. All right, here we go. All right, Divine, what is it that we need to clarify here? Usually, I don't know what sign it was last week, but the cards were flying all over the place. I like when that happens. So we have the King of Swords. King of Swords, he's always searching for truth. So truth, he's very confident in what he does, but he's actually always trying to find out the matter of the truth of something. So that's interesting that that would show up right next to the Justice card. So if there is any legal matters, thank you, that you are filling paperwork out or going through, please be sure that you walk in the truth. Because somebody is not being honest. Somebody's trying to hide something. And this is causing the deep freeze for whoever that is. Wow. And that's what's keeping you in bondage. Keeping you stuck. Keeping you in this deep freeze. I wish I could put this up and just leave it in the corner so you can see that, because that's the key point. We got to get you out of that. Divine has to get you moving forward, and that's what I would like to know, how to move forward with this. How can Taurus move forward from this, please? It's not definitely with a lover, but there is somebody definitely involved. So, oops, wrong way. So if you're moving forward with somebody, it's going to have to be a lot of truth communication, truth talking, justice again, truth. And then truth will set you free. You won't be that victim anymore or feel like you're a victim or the woe is me party kind of thing. And you'll find as a reader, I'm very honest and open. I'm very, as one of my inspirational people I listen to, I'm hot. Humble, open, and transparent. That's what he says. He goes, we're hot. Humble, open, and transparent. So I do say things in truth. I try not to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to speak passively to you. I am going to give you what is being downloaded, because if I change things around that are being downloaded, it does nobody any good. Because, and also too, I don't want the divine taking my abilities away, because it has to be in truth. All right, so this deep freeze here, what is there? Any more on this deep freeze, please? I'm still a little confused. Maybe somebody out there isn't, but somebody is moving either away from a relationship because of this type of mentality. But there is something coming, either news or something new coming, something playful coming. These two here, playful, cheerful, fresh. And then, oops, got those backwards. But this here, these three popping out together tells me that there is more to this picture than that is being shown. Especially when this little dealy guy pops up. He's like, hey, I got away with it. Karma comes back. Don't think so. Because truth will set you free. But it does have to do with somebody. Doesn't mean it has to be a guy. Doesn't mean it has to be, you know, a girl. I mean, guy, girl kind of thing. It could be anybody. Could be a friend. Could be family. Could be whatever. But that's a lover's card. So it's interesting. I don't do love readings per se. That just comes out that way. All right. Is there anything more that you would like me to share with the Tauruses, please? I'm going to end with an oracle. They're saying end with an oracle. I don't normally do that. I don't understand what they want to say, but I will end with the oracle and let them decide what the energy is for the rest of the week. So I guess it is to look at this and see, to make sure that you're following your intuition on any of this justice stuff, or if somebody's not telling the truth, or if somebody's playing the victim, you know, go with your intuition and just say, you know what, I don't want to hear nothing, just tell me the truth. Words are cheap, actions speak louder than words, so just say, I need to know the truth. You know, and stand your ground, because that's huge. All right. Again, we're getting ready to wrap up. So if you would subscribe, that would be great. Or if you have any questions, now's the time to actually put them up. And I'd be happy to answer anybody's question. Okay. Huh? Boy, does this make sense or what? I can't make this up. So this is what the divine says. Can you see that? Protecting treasure. Treasure to the divine is you. The protection to the divine is truth. Protection to the divine is love. So the love of yourself, truth, and everything. And if you look at this picture, they're asking me to point out, do you see the little light there? There is a light that is following you around to protect you. That is what they told me to tell you. But it's very interesting. Like I said, I don't pull end card. And like I was telling the divine, I'm a little bit confused about this. I'm a little bit not, I mean, there's so many things going on here. But I guess I was right on the right money. So we want to make sure that we are in the deep freeze thinking about really what is going on right now in your life, and what is holding you bondage. What is that? And to release it. And the only thing that it's going to release that for whoever this is truth. So it's got to be some conversations going on, and truth, because this blows my mind. Although the divine shouldn't blow my mind anymore. He's just really on the mark. He really knows. He knows us better than we do. So, Taurus, that was your reading for August 3rd through the 9th. Now, remember to subscribe and like. Please share. I would love to grow my channel. But also, too, live readings every week. If you want to ask a question, please pop in on the chat and give me your question towards the end, and I would be happy to try and help out. Somebody asked me about picking a card. I did that once, but I noticed it took up a lot of time, because when divine comes in not just for a second sometimes. So especially if it has a serious thing that somebody's needing help with. So I got to be mindful at the timeline for other people. And that's why I want to do that at the end, so that if people do not want to stick around for the question and answers, then they can just log off. So I will do a timestamp for the beginning, but not for the end. So you'll know. I'll just pretty much end it and then go to question and answers. So I thank you. Please subscribe. I love you guys, and keep me going. And we'll talk to you next week on the 10th. All right. Take care.